Hello beautiful yogi and welcome to today's practice. My name is Mimi and if you haven't practiced with me before, welcome to my channel. It's a wild mix of yoga and Pilates and I'm so pleased to have you here. Today's flow will be a treat. We start a little slower and we allow ourselves to feel it all, but then we're going to pick up the speed and we really get into that transformative state where breath moves us through the asanas. Come on your hands and your knees. Have your hands placed underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. Have your feet as wide as your knees and then keep those anchor points, but push your hips back. So it might feel a little different than your normal child's pose. A little closer and also with the knees together, maybe a little more compact. That's okay. Drop your forearms down, let your forehead rest down to the floor. Spread your fingers once more and seal those forearms really mindfully down. Spread your toes, press them down into the ground. Anchor your top ankle down into the ground, shin bone and knees. Take a deep breath into the stomach, into the compressions you are experiencing inside of your body. With an exhale out, see if you can maybe let go of some of that tension that is not really coming from the shape, but more like emotional tension. Taking a brief breath in again, scanning the body. Where do I have tension caused mindfully from the shape? Where do I hold tension that is coming from our emotional body and I'm actually not tied to it and I could let go of it? And let's do that just one more time. In here. And then exhale out here. With a rounded spine, find then your way back on your hands and your knees. Start to widen your sit bones, tilt your pelvis forward, drop your solar plexus, push your chest forward, wave your heart through the arms to the front, lift the top of the head up high, and then magnetize the back of your head with your tailbone. Come back to the tip of your tailbone and start here your movement. Squeeze your sit bones towards another. Try to curl your pubic bone in and upwards towards your navel. Navel pushes in and upwards towards the solar plexus. Solar plexus pushes between the shoulder blades up towards the roof. Spread your shoulder blades apart. Create space in the back of the neck and then magnetize the tip of the nose with your pubic bone. Without losing that quality, run through your cat-cows once more, starting at the bottom. Maybe a little bit faster, but the intensity of the things you can feel and see stays the same. Exhale out to move into your cat stretch, vertebra at the time. Then release and come back to a neutral position and curl your toes under. Arch your back again slightly as if you're going to go into cow stretch, maybe just not as intense, and then push your hips back into child's pose. So we are in a very active child's pose. The tailbone doesn't curl under, we don't tuck our bum, we stay arched. Push the heels away, tuck those toes even more towards the shin bones and feel this beautiful stretch for the bottom of the feet. Then press your hands even more into the ground. Activate your core by drawing the belly button inwards and lifting the pelvic floor upwards. And then float your knees from here. It hardly is visible from the outside because we are so turned on. Then start to push your hips up towards the sky to come into your downward facing dog. Well done. Wiggle your hips from side to side, maybe shake your head loose. And then begin to walk to the front of the yoga mat and let that walk be your only mission. Don't even think about the top of the yoga mat. Just think about putting one foot in front of the other foot and feeling everything that's going on as you do so. Dropping back into a forward fold once you have arrived, so you can free your hands as well. If you wish to, you can just hold the opposite elbow. You can sway from side to side. You can relax your neck. Then let your hands come back down with a rounded spine. Roll up vertebrae at the time to come into a full stand. Over your earlobes, let those shoulders drop down along your spine and feel how this opens your collarbones and with that your heart space. Have your hands beside your hips, maybe close your eyes so you really can feel yourself here standing in space. Take a deep breath in and with that lift your arms over your head. Reopen your arms to the side. Instead of thinking going straight down into your forward fold, can you think about arcing your heart forward And then when you can't reach any longer, start to dive down over your legs. Come with me into half lift. Inhale. Free your right foot and step it right through to the very end of the yoga mat. Drop your right knee down towards earth. Untuck your right toes. Sweep your arms back and around to place your arms beside your ears. Rotate your right thigh slightly into your left thigh so your hip bones sit beside each other. Push your thumbs towards the back of the room. Sip your front line tight. Squeeze your butt. And then without letting go of that engagement, find softness and surrender and sink deeper. So we have this beautiful symbiosis of like taking care, protecting, and supporting from the outside in order to really find that full drop in surrender where we can surrender. And this can start on a physical level, and that's totally fine, but maybe at some point you find how this actually transforms into the emotional level. And there's also that trust and that faith that you can just let go and you can be yourself and you can reconnect with that rawest version of yourself. Wonderful. Keep your left hand lifted. Drop your right hand down towards the floor. Tuck your right toes under. Float that right knee off the floor. Keep on pushing that right knee away. And with that, feel how they open space up for you to rotate the right side of your ribcage up towards the sky. Stay here for one more breath. Then circle your left arm forward, down to the floor on the inside of your left foot. Bring your right foot across the yoga mat. And from here, drift all the way to the back of the yoga mat. Coming into Skandasana here, and I leave it up to you where you want to focus on getting that heel down, getting the shoulders up, turning that left leg up. Maybe all at once, maybe nothing at all. Then find your way back to the front of the yoga mat, frame your left foot, step your left foot beside your right foot, and come into a downward facing dog. Have the knees bent if you feel like you're not quite ready yet to go into the full extended variation to allow your spine to unfurl. Then undulate your way forward, come into high plank, and then stay here a little longer with me. Don't panic. Breathe through it. Know you have the strength here. Spread your fingertips even more apart and then press the fingertips into the ground as well. Connect your front hips with your lower ribs, and then start to circle your shoulders over your wrists. So at some point the shoulders hover over the fingertips and then somewhere behind the wrist. Keep that core nice and strong to guide you through it. Then go the other way around. Feel how pushing the fingertips firmly into the yoga mat really helps you to take the pressure out of the wrist. Well done. Coming back to neutral, find now your Chaturanga low plank. Moving forward and upwards, find your back bend. You can stay in baby cobra or full cobra. Find that active child's pose again. So push your hips back, tuck your toes under, stay arched in your back though. So the chin is level to the floor and the gaze is still shifted forward. Then activate your core, draw your navel in, lift your pelvic floor up, push into your hands and float your knees. From here, come up into a downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up high towards the sky. Push that left heel down as you lift higher and higher and higher. From your highest point, curl then your right knee towards your stomach. Then start to push shoulders over your wrists. Let your shoulder blades lay apart and push the back of the heart even higher. And then step your right foot through from here. Drop that left knee down towards earth. Untuck your left toes, sweep your arms back and around, and create one straight line from your left knee all the way up into your left fingertips. Tuck your tailbone under. Let your right hand come into your right hip. Take another breath in from your left knee all the way up, 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 and then lean over towards your right side. Keep your inner thighs magnetized towards another. Feel how there is still that sipping of the front line closed sensation, which helps you to bring the sensation more into the left side body. Then bring now your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Place your right hand on top of your left and then rotate right elbow on top of your left. Push with your right hand into your left hand and use that as a leverage to rotate the left side of your ribcage more and more upwards. Tuck your left toes under, float that left knee off the floor. See if you can twist even a little deeper. And reset, hands go down to the floor, stay in your low lunge. Have your hands even slightly in front of your toes and then claw the yoga mat and pull yourself more and more forward until that left leg can float up and you're here with me in your warrior 3. Rotate your left inside thigh down into your right inside thigh. Maybe microbend your right knee and then bring your hands towards your heart center. Lift your shoulders as high as your hips. Have that left foot still facing down the way. Well done. And then step left foot beside your right foot to come back to the front of the yoga mat. Catch your breath at the bottom of the feet. Sweep your arms up high. Open your arms to the side. Slingshot your heart forward. Find your swan dive. Exhale out. Come into half lift. Inhale. Free your left foot and step your left foot right through to the end of the yoga mat. Drop down onto your left knee. Come into your low lunge. Have everything facing forward. Feel all the things again that need to engage to give you the support that then when you sink and you surrender, you feel like actually, oh yeah, I can let go and drop because I have that support system set up and it will catch me. Let's be here for one more breath. Drop your left hand back down towards the floor. Keep your right hand lifted, tuck your left toes under, float that left knee up and push it away from you. And then start to open your chest to the right side of the room. Keeping the inside thighs magnetized towards another. Then circle your right arm forward down to the inside of your right foot. Bring your left heel across and drift all the way to the back of the yoga mat to come into Skandasana on the other side. Turn your right toes and your right knee up. Maybe push that left knee with love and compassion away from you. Stay here for one more breath. And then bring it back to the front of the yoga mat. Step your right foot beside your left foot. Find your downward facing dog. Round your way forward, come into high plank, inhale. Stay here a little longer than normal. Find again that power and then ignite that fire you have there in your core. Bend both of your knees and simultaneously lower them down to the floor to tap the floor, but we don't give weight into the knees. Extend those legs back out. Let's do that another 3 times. Don't panic, move slower than you think you can. Keep the shoulders over your wrists. Keep the head or the neck more so extended. Last one. Perfect. Bend those elbows, come down. Moving forward and upwards, baby cobra or full cobra. Stay grounded on your knees. Stay activated through the back body. Tuck your toes under, arch your back. As you slide back to come into active childs. Activate your core, push the hands into the ground, float the knees, come into your downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up high towards the sky, inhale. And as you lift, can you not open those hips? I know we tend to do that a lot because we think, oh, then I'm so much higher with that left leg, which is not wrong. But in this case, I really want you to find just that 3-legged down dog where your hips are square. Then bend your left knee, draw it towards your belly button. Only when you can't pull it in any further, start to round forward, shoulders over your wrists. Spread your shoulder blades up hard. Tiger curl the back of the heart up, and then step your left foot through. Right knee goes down towards earth. Sweep your arms back and around. Come all the way up. Stay upright, so one line from your right shoulder, right hip, right knee. And then place your left hand inside of your hip. Bring your right fingertips up, up, up. And then lean over towards the left side. Keep your left shoulder relaxed. And then bring your right elbow now to the outside of your left knee. Join with your left hand and use that anchor point you've created in space to rotate yourself deeper into the twist. If you want to go even deeper, tuck your right toes under, float your right knee off the floor, and then push yourself off that left knee to go deeper. And also by pushing into the knee, you obviously push that left knee slightly across, centered, and it stretches that left outer thigh even more. Beautiful. Stay where you are with your legs, but drop your hands down towards the floor. Claw the yoga mat and then pull yourself into warrior 3. Lift that right leg up behind you. Maybe soften that left knee slightly so it's easier to balance, and you can bring those hands up towards your heart. Again, feel how the space around you holds texture and spread yourself out within that space. Then step right foot down beside your left foot and come into your stand. Bring your hands by your hips. Let your collarbone smile, have your legs straight, pelvis neutral, and the head balanced on top of the spine. And then feel yourself. What has shifted? What has let go? What feels still a little bit yucky, or maybe even just numb? Allow everything just to be what it is and take it as it is. We're going to do a similar flow, very similar, almost same, but we pick up the speed where one breath is one movement. And instead of getting too caught up in the choreo, if you want so, can you just drop fully into your breath and feel how the breath carries you through it. And then when you end up doing something different, then that's fine as well. But I want you to feel the breath first, and that carries you from one asana into another. Together, let's begin. Arms gonna go overhead, inhale. With an exhale out, open your arms to the side, slingshot your heart forward, find your swan dive. Come into half lift, inhale. Free your right foot and step it right through to the very end of the yoga mat. Keep that right knee lifted this time. Come with me into your crescent lunge. With an exhale out, sink a little deeper and cactus your arms. With an inhale, sweep your arms all the way to the front of the yoga mat and reach with your heart over your left knee. Come back again, cactus your arms, shoulders on top of your hips. Beautiful. Now place your right hand down to the inside of your left foot. Left fingertips go up. Come into your tweezy twist. Exhale out, circle left arm forward to the inside of your left foot. Drift into Skandasana, to the end of the yoga mat. Stay here just for one breath. And then move back again to the front of your yoga mat. Frame your left foot, step it back. Downward facing dog, exhale. Undulate your way forward, come into high plank, inhale. Find your low plank, exhale. Moving forward and upwards, find your back bend, inhale. Charge your legs, activate your core, firm your butt. Over your feet, roll into downward facing dog, exhaling out. Pick your right leg up high towards the sky. Inhale. With an exhale, step to the front between your hands. Come up into your crescent lunge. Inhale. And then bring your hands together in front of your heart center and cross left elbow to the outside of that right knee. Rotate right arm on top of it. Sink a little deeper into that right hip. Stay as you are with your legs. Bring your hands in front of your heart center, and then by shifting as smooth as possible, float straight up into your warrior three. Spread out within space. Step left foot beside your right foot. Let's go over to the other side, arms up high, inhale. Find your swan dive over your legs, exhale. Lift, inhale. Exhale out, left foot back. Crescent lunge, inhale. Cactus arms and sink a little deeper into it, exhale. Sweep your arms forward, in. Come back, crescent lunge, exhale. Place your left hand down towards earth, right fingertips go up. Twist, in. With an exhale, sweep right arm forward into the inside of your right foot. Travel all the way into Skandasana. Stay here for your breath in. Find your way back again to the front of the yoga mat. Inhale. Step it back, downward facing dog. Exhale out. Undulate your way into high plank. In. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift left leg. Step it through, exhale. Crescent lunge with your breath in. Bring your hands towards heart center, sink deeper, exhale. Right elbow to the outside of your left knee. Inhale yourself out of it. Exhale, surrender a little more into it. Untwist chest, push yourself off that right leg, fly up, warrior three. Hold it for your exhale. And then come into stand. Hands by your hips, close your eyes. And then feel the after effect here. Maybe your heart beating behind your chest. Maybe some pulsations in your fingertips or down at your ankles. Your own pulse, your own rhythm. Maybe a slightly elevated heart rate. Use all those body signals to keep you here in yourself, to feel alive. Thank you so much for joining me on the yoga mat this morning. If you want to lie down in Shavasana, feel free to do so. If you want to do another round and another round, feel free to do that. Every single time you can feel something else. Thanks for joining. Namaste.